I was taken in as a guardianship when I was 16 years old, and the things that turned my life around were a couple of my high school teachers and my Young Life leader.
I think Chris's childhood has taught him that the world doesn't owe you any favors, and your success is very dependent on how much time and dedication you put into it. He knows that the world isn't gonna give him a free pass.
So when I got out of college, I worked in the automotive industry for 10 years, and then when I left that industry, to be frank and candid, I was fired from that industry. I thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I was bummed out. I thought I had this great career path. I was making good money, that I was gonna do all these great things. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I felt like I was lost. And my mother-in-law actually said, you know what, you're really good at selling. You should think about selling houses. I work really, really hard, and I work tons of hours every week, but I never, ever, one time have ever felt like I'm working. I don't feel like I'm working. I'm just having fun.
It's pretty cool what he does.
He is so passionate about his clients and finding the best house for them and getting the best deal possible when he lists a house. It's just became obvious every time we were with him that he absolutely loved what he did.
The first thing starts with really just getting to know them personally. And there's basic nuts and bolts in buying and selling that you have to do in every transaction. I think that's one of the things that I've done a good job for my clients. I really focus and strive to deliver on exactly what they're after.
And he knows everything about the market, not just the price. He knows what's going on in the neighborhoods.
Chris really has not been just a realtor to us. He's been a really good friend, and we trust him implicitly.
Well, I think getting the most for your home, there's several things involved. The number one thing I would think that's so important to do that doesn't really cost a lot of money is staging.
Actually, that was a big one, the staging. I'm convinced that that's what sold it. That's one of the biggest things that he did for us that made it sell for full price and quickly.
And we help out with that a ton. It doesn't cost any money to do basic staging. And then I think the other thing is to make sure that you price the house right.
When we were looking for a realtor, the one thing most important to me was someone I could trust and someone who is honest and upfront about what to expect during the process.
Because if you start having a house that's on the market more days on average than everything else, if the price has dropped 3 times, people start wondering when they're brand new to looking at a house, what's wrong with this house? Why is it not sold? What am I not seeing? Even though nothing might be wrong with the house. And then I think marketing is the final piece to it. We're big fans of getting it marketed everywhere that we can submit that house. If anybody is looking for the house, whether it's on a smartphone, online, on TV, in the newspaper, and I'll take it one step further, if you're in an adjacent neighborhood and an adjacent price range, we still want it to pop up to consider our listings.
It's a complete package. It's not just a realtor. I've dealt with people that are realtors and they take you around, they show you different houses. Chris has been able to help with both financing, he's been able to help with insurance. He saved me $1,000 a year on my homeowner's insurance, as well as set up the lender and everything else, so he's incredible.
We had a radon test done in the house and we had to have a mitigation system installed. Chris made sure that the sellers took care of that, and that happened, and it happened very quickly.
Chris's approach and what he taught me was treat them like friends, treat people how you want to be treated, and just go from there.
The best win is that he found the perfect house for us. So you can trust Chris. He's sincere and he's honest.
By the time he had sold our previous house and we'd bought this one, we felt like we had a new friend.
Yeah.
It's really important to me that I give back to the community because I feel like this community has rewarded me so much financially, professionally, spiritually. I'm in my 28th year of doing Young Life. A few years ago got asked to be an assistant coach of the boys basketball team at Cherry Creek High School, so that's been another fun bit of involvement.
Chris is a father and a husband, I would say, for both. He's very patient, he's supportive, he's easygoing. He strives to make Luke and I happy in whatever we want to do. Very loving and generous. He's pretty cute too.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. Yeah.